Hello, Christina with the turned leg, and I thought I'd take you guys along with me. You can see the back is loaded up. I'm headed to my booth at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles Mall today. The big IOD release is around the corner. In fact, today is Tuesday. The release is Thursday. You'll be seeing this video after the release, but I realized I need to expand my display. In fact, I need to totally reorganize things because it's kind of a hot mess. So, I don't have a huge plan. I'm going to take you along. I'm going to show you my display. We're definitely going to do some demolition, which is always fun. And then hopefully I can build up a display that is better. I actually need to redo my JRV decoupage paper display, and I need more room for IOD. I also have salvage at the mall I'm hoping I can use. We'll just have to see what I come up with. Fingers crossed, say a prayer that I can get this done, but I hope this will also inspire anyone who is a booth owner in building displays, or how to work when you don't have, you could do this kind of a display when you don't have a wall. Just something cool. It should be fun. Stay tuned. Welcome to my booth at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles Mall in Lincoln Park, Michigan. I know it is a little bit larger than most booths. I've been really lucky to be able to expand over the years, and they've allowed me to do so. I'm walking around kind of the back of my booth space because the area in need is behind this ginormous display. This is my JRV paper area, and it's really just a hot mess. It's kind of gotten worse and worse over time, and I haven't had a lot of time to deal with it. So today is the day, and it is time for demolition, which means taking everything down, getting everything kind of back to the way it was. One of the things I am trying to do is to get down all of this, because behind it, there's actually more salvage and extra doors. Big shout out to my mom, Ann Cornick from Paint and Porcelain. You can follow her on YouTube and on Facebook. She happened to be in her booth, which is right next to mine, where she sells her hand-painted porcelain. You can go check her out and give her some love. And now I'm pretty much just dealing with a big mess of very heavy doors and salvage, and trying to figure out how I'm going to make this space work. I do love building with old doors, and luckily I have 3 of these. These are salvaged old porch posts, and I have an idea to make it work. Luckily, Mom stayed around to help with this too. It's always good to have another pair of hands. And if you're worried that things are not going to be plumb and level, don't worry. Because of the height of the ladder, we are going to need to build up the section where the posts are, but I really make sure that my displays are plumb and level when they are finished. And now this part of the display is a lot more opened, and I've pulled out all those extra doors, so I have some more salvage that I can build with and reorganize the JRV decoupage display. The next step is to rebuild the JRV decoupage display. I actually painted some old doors and decoupaged them a while back, so probably a good idea to have the decoupage display include these doors. So I'm putting them back together. I like to use hinges to connect my doors, or L brackets. I have a lot of favorite tools. And then for my larger decoupage paper, I have an old rail from a crib that works really well to display all the sheets, and it's also on hinges so that it can move around. Now I'm taking some extra time to make sure everything is extra secure, and I am going to be adding a grid wall to one of these doors. I think this grid wall is going to be so much better for my small rice paper display. I have a really cool idea, and I hope it's going to work. This new area now just needs one more thing, and luckily over in my salvage area, I have one more porch post. Adding in that porch post helps to make things even sturdier, and now in this space, this will be my new iron orchid design area. And I have a few pieces of scrap pegboard that I think are going to work just perfectly here. I'm just using what I have. Sure, if I had more money, I would have a much nicer display, but sometimes you just have to work with what you have. And I have 2 scrap boards. Don't worry, we'll make them look more cohesive soon, but here's how they're looking now. So at least I will have somewhere to hang things. And before I leave for the day, I just want to give you a glimpse of how things are looking. I just put all of the JRV back in. We've got some boxes overhead, and I've got the pegboard, which is now ready for paint. So that will be the next step. It is day 2, and I am very limited on time. Today is Wednesday. The release is tomorrow at 1 p.m. I need to have this whole new display looking fabulous and totally stocked for shoppers. And today, what do I have left to do? I have to do the JRV small rice paper display because I left what's there and I don't like that. So I have a surprise for that, and it came last night. I ordered stuff I needed. It is an inexpensive idea. Whether or not it works, I don't know. You know, as a retailer, when you're looking for display ideas, retail display ideas that are inexpensive. I mean, if I had a limited budget, I'd be set, but inexpensive retail displays, they're hard to find. I hope this works. I have an idea. Fingers crossed. The IOD display, I gotta fix the top. I'm gonna cover up the yuckiness. I painted last night, so that should be dry. I'm also gonna set up like the hooks and stuff, so tomorrow when I come in with the items, I can just place them. And I'm gonna use other IOD products to get the spacing and everything correct, because the little things like that take all the time, don't they? What is your least favorite job if you are a booth owner? Comment down below. I want to know. For me, it's those little hooks and hanging things straight. I'm not good at that. One of my favorite jobs to delegate when people offer to help me, which is not too often, but I am very lucky. My mom and my daughter help me, is like to have them hang up pictures for me. I'll be like, here, put these on this wall and make them straight. Because straight and you can tell when I hang something. And hopefully I can get all of this done before my daughter needs an early pickup, because today she is taking an AP placement exam at the high school, so she'll get out early. Wish me luck. The first thing I am going to do is get rid of these displays for the small rice paper, and I want to make use of the grid wall that I put up yesterday. I really love grid walls. I actually got a whole bunch curbside for free, and then I just had to buy the hangers and hooks. So my idea with the rice paper is I bought a whole bunch of clipboards. I've already been keeping my rice paper in page protectors, and that's been working quite well for my customers. They'll take out the one they need, take the paper they need, and then put everything back. Now these clipboards are hanging on the grid wall with S-hooks. And I think this will be great because they'll be a lot easier to see everything at once. I can sort them a lot better and they won't be all flipping and flopping like they were before. So hopefully this will work. I'll let you know as time goes on if this is a good display. But the clipboards were inexpensive, which is always something good to try. I did change from S-hooks to these shower curtain hooks because you can actually lock them in place. So the clipboards won't move, but customers can unclip the packet they need, get what they want, and then put it back when they're done. We'll see if they return them or not. I know, you always wonder, but usually my customers do a great job. I've also now got a seasonal section. I don't have any more grid wall, so these are just screws right into the door, and then I hung up the clipboard. The larger decoupage paper is still on that crib rail that I really like. And this is another look over into my paint section and some more of my booth space just from up high. Now, of course, on the day I was doing all these things, I also got a huge shipment of DIY paint that came in that, of course, I had to deal with too. Since we're talking display, in my booth owners business group, which is a private paid Facebook group, we spent an entire live session on display. We talk about it all the time. And I provided them kind of step-by-step pictures of me putting together a display in my booth. Now, I didn't have a ton of time to put the display together, as most of us don't. And we don't have hours of planning. So I wanted to just kind of show you these pictures. I'm also going to talk about a few basic principles that I like to deal with when you're talking about general display. In the first picture, you're going to see just kind of the bases. These are the heavy pieces that you can stack stuff on. Whenever I'm building a display, I think about like, what bases do I have? What can I put stuff on that'll be nice and sturdy? I just happened to have a desk that I was bringing in, so I knew that'd be a perfect base. And I decided I would go from there. Now, this entire display is created by what I was bringing in recently. I had a huge empty space. I had a Hoosier that had sold, and I needed to fill it. So I had a whole bunch of hats and a desk, and somehow I was going to make it work. The second part of the display is figuring out like your medium-sized pieces. What can you put on your base? I encourage you, when you're working with a display, to have layers, to have different levels, to put things on different angles, unexpected, because it's going to add interest. There's also this whole concept that I'm sure you can do more research on called pyramid design, and that's kind of having a high point in your display and then tailoring out like a pyramid. If you want more information on pyramid design, I do have a full Pinterest page all on it that you can go check out just to get some good inspiration. And the last picture is me kind of filling things in. Now that was what I did that day, but I'll also put a picture in too of filling in even better. You know, sometimes you put a display together and you kind of like, it's missing something. So you can kind of reevaluate. Displays never came easy for me. I've been a booth owner for 10 years. And in that time, I had to do a lot of studying of displays. I had to walk around and get inspired. I had to watch videos. I had to analyze pictures. And I think right now I'm feeling more comfortable, but I still think that I still struggle. And today is Thursday. It is the big reveal. And my display, I went back to the mall yesterday in between a million trips to drive my daughter places, you know, mom life. I finally got some of the final touches on the IOD display set up. I didn't tape. I'm sorry. There wasn't time. I just had too many things to do. But I'm going to go in today and I need to hang up all of the new IOD products for the big reveal. Make sure everything is ready in time for the reveal. It's kind of amazing what you can do if you get creative with displays in your booth. And I know not all of you are wholesalers, but I think a display similar to this, you could use bits and pieces for just a general antiques display or a crafty display or anything. And I hope it's been helpful. I will say one thing, a huge thanks to my mom for helping me when I was putting the post together. I probably could not have done that as easily on my own. I still think I might have been able to do it. I might have been injured though, so it was good, and that way everything was level and plumb and I didn't have to worry. So it's good to have extra hands if you're building a full display. Also, overbuild. I constantly say that, overbuild. Make it as safe as possible. All right, the mall's going to be opening. I got to go finish up. It is finally time for the IOD summer reveal, so I can bring in the dresser that I made using the new transfers. If you want to see how this one was done, I do have a full video you can check out here. And now I am adding in all of the new IOD transfers and molds and stamps and paint inlays and foil transfers to my booth, and I am so grateful to have this display up just in time for my customers to shop. I also made a sign, and that was just out of scrap wood, and I did add some of the new IOD transfers to that too. Let's take a look at this display area before, and then I'll show you the big reveal. I am so glad that I got the project done in time, and I'm also equally pleased that I was able to add even a little bit more salvage into my booth. That just makes my heart happy, and I love using salvage to inspire others too. If you enjoyed this video, at the end, I will have a link to another video that you might want to watch that has to do with display. There are a lot of videos here on this channel for booth owners. There's thrift hauls, there's DIY projects, there's even junk garden videos. So you want to check that out. And I also want to let you know going forward, because summer is around the corner and my daughter is already 17, so I don't know how many more summers I'm going to have with her. I might be pushing back videos to every 2 weeks for the summer. Don't worry, I will still be here, but I want to make sure that I'm also sharing with you really good content. And I'm not just in a rush to like put up a video for you. So if I go anywhere cool, if I find anything neat, if I make anything awesome, you know I'll be putting out a video for you. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. And also, if you have suggestions for videos, drop them down below and we'll see what we can do. Now get out there to salvage, repurpose, and create.